What's going on, small fries? We're back. Time Trial Power Hour, episode 20-something. 26, episode 26. We're on Bowser's Castle 3. I bet lots of you have been awaiting this one because it's a very popular track. I don't know what's my PB? Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, this was set in Time Trial Saga like a year ago. I don't time trial it nearly as much as I did then. I don't time trial it now. This one shouldn't be so bad. Of course, we are doing the shortcut method, the no shortcut. I mean, I made that mistake on Grumble Volcano, and that turned out to be a pretty bad episode. So we're going to learn from our mistakes and do the shortcut method. Without further ado, though, let's get the hour underway. 3, 2, 1. Oops, didn't start the timer on time. I didn't say 1 either. It's whatever. You know, it's not an official speedrun or anything. Fixed my mic again for like the 20th time because it keeps not being good. It kind of is bad. Theoretically, though, from now on, it should sound good. It should sound pretty solid. This is the biggest reason why I don't like playing with ghosts. But can you see the reason why I don't like playing with ghosts all that much? They just get in the way of your vision when you're neck and neck with them, which usually isn't a problem on this series because it's the world record. I'm not going to be neck and neck with them after the first 10 seconds. But when it's not the world record, it can get kind of annoying. Nice. When you're just too good. You know, that happens to me all the time. I'm so good that I low trick it too much. You know, the Super Bowl's going on right now. Go Bengals. But my cousin goes for the Bengals because he likes Tigers. So I'm going for the Bengals. I need some practice with this cut. Let's do it. Let's try doing it fast. Okay, there we go. But yeah, go Bengals. They were popping off in the third quarter, last I saw. Like, first 3 minutes, they had already gotten 2 touchdowns or something ridiculous. 2 interceptions. In the Super Bowl, too. Joe Burrow's having the day of his life. But yeah, you know, I can't think of many people who want the Rams to win. Everyone I've asked today wants the Bengals to win. But also everyone I've asked today doesn't really care all that much. I mean, if the Rams make a epic comeback and end up winning, classic Patriots versus Atlanta Falcons action. Maybe not quite as extreme, but, you know, some comeback action. That'd be cool to see in the Super Bowl. Those Atlanta Falcons, though, man. How long ago was it? Like 3 years ago, that Super Bowl where they were up, what was it, 21-3 at halftime, and they still lost? They are the choke master team. There's always 2 truths to football. The Falcons will always lose if they're up by 20, and the Seahawks should have run the ball. 2 of the most painful football games to ever watch, in my opinion. Watching the Atlanta Falcons blow a billion-point lead, and then watching Marshawn Lynch get passed up in the Super Bowl on his last game of his whole career, just so that the Seahawks and Russell, whatever his stupid name is, can throw a pick in the end zone, and then lose the game because of it. Oh my gosh. That's not the only sports news we've got, though. Bengals are winning the Super Bowl. That's the first one. The Sacramento Kings got a new GM and a brand new shiny center named something Sabonis. And he's so good. He's popping off right now. I think he's played for 2 games, and he's won both games for the Kings. So that is a great sign. Buddy Hield is gone. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Now he's going to be a star, because that's what happens when you leave the Sacramento Kings. Oh, and sadly, Tyrese Halliburton is no longer playing for the Kings. I really liked him. He was a great player to cheer for, but, you know, he's gone. We had to do it to get Sabonis, which I think is totally worth it, because Sabonis he's everything the Sacramento Kings really needed right now. He's got a pretty cool backstory, too. Except I won't explain it right now, because I don't want this video to be 10,000 years long. I'm getting the low tricks. I can't really get the shortcut. I just gotta slow it down a little so I can be more consistent on the cut. Because it's pretty easy to do. You just gotta get the alignment correctly. Okay, well, maybe it's the other way around. Not the best of laps. This will probably be like a high 42. Low 42, okay. Not the best at guessing splits on this track. I don't play it enough. I think it's impossible to get a bad landing coming out of the shortcut there. Because no matter how much I lean down, I still get a good landing, even when I don't want one. Okay, I just cut out probably about 3 minutes right there, but in those 3 minutes, I have been sucking. Like, big time sucking. I can't get the shortcut. I don't know why. I just can't get it. Because I stopped talking about the Sacramento Kings. That's the key to victory. So Sabonis' dad, he's Lithuanian, and he was like 7 feet tall. He could shoot, he could pass, he could dribble, he could do all of it. He was an incredible basketball player, and he lived in Lithuania, and he played for the Soviet Union, like, dream basketball team. And they would go to the Olympics, every Summer Olympics, and dominate every single other team there, because they were just so good. But then the Soviet Union fell apart, right? So he didn't exactly have a team to play for anymore. He packed up all his stuff and moved to Portland. And his son, who I'm going to call the King's Messiah, grew up to be just like his dad. So he's 7 feet tall, really good basketball player. He ended up getting picked up by the Portland Trailblazers. And then recently he got traded to the Sacramento Kings. And now he's going to play for the Kings, and he's going to be really good, and then he's going to guide them to their first ever playoff win. And then they're going to win it every year after that, and it's going to be amazing. It's not going to happen. The Kings are going to suck even with him playing for them. You see, the truth is, the Kings have actually sucked their entire franchise career. You know, back in 2002, they were really good. They had Chris Webber, Vlade Divac. They had some good players. They almost won it, but then they lost to the Lakers in a stupid game that my dad never shuts up about because he's a huge Kings fan. And then they've been terrible ever since. So yeah, they've sucked my whole life. But things are about to change with Sabonis. He's going to be the shining beacon of hope that the Kings have been yearning for the past 19 years. For all you Europeans out there who don't care about American basketball, think of it like this. So the Kings are like Tottenham, except instead of choking when it's really important, they choke all the time. Because I get greedy. I want to cut off more of the track. I can't. Ah, there it goes again. You see, I wish you could get a bad landing, but you can't. It's like one of the few places in the game where if you try your hardest to get a bad landing, you still can't. The other place is on Mushroom Gorge, which is great for Mushroom Gorge. But here, it's not so much. So there's your Sacramento Kings update for today. I bet all of you have been waiting for that for so long, because I've converted hundreds of people to the Sacramento Kings side of the world. So now approximately 100 more people are depressed and sad, because that's what it's like to be a Sacramento Kings fan. Oh, I hate how that's a thing. You can wheelie over that sometimes, but most of the time you don't. I was just really hoping I would wheelie over it because I didn't want to waste all my speed. That's ideal right there. That's what we want. I just gotta keep talking about something random. Keeps my mind busy so I don't have to focus on the run. So you know what I don't like? I don't like the European stereotype that all Americans are bad at geography. This is only like half true. There are a lot of Americans out there who totally suck at geography. But I mean, to the degree that some Europeans actually think Americans are bad at geography, it's just mind-blowing. Like, we're not that bad. We're not great at it, but it's not like jarringly terrible. And Europeans are just as bad at American geography. Like, they probably can't tell you where Tuscaloosa is. I think the funniest part about American geography is how many cities, and not even cities, just how many things are named after places in Europe. Like Boston, Birmingham, New York, New Hampshire, Worcestershire. There's so many. It's not even just Europe too. There's New Mexico. We don't discriminate between places that we name our own places after. Oh, come on! I was on really good pace there. It's always infuriating. These corners, man. I swear, they must have been made by Mr. Bean, because they jut out so much. You see, listen, what if they made fringing, but for, like, corners, so that you don't bonk as much? That would actually not make sense at all. I don't think they should do that. Dang it! Oh, that was a really good run too. You know what language I find really cool? The Welsh language. Out of all the Celtic languages, it is the most spoken today. And there's like a group of Welsh speakers in Patagonia. There's like a group of, I think, 5,000. And they're so cool that they have their own official dialect of Welsh called Patagonian Welsh, which is kind of awesome. I have a friend whose dad is Welsh, and because of him, I have eaten beans on toast. and I can officially say it is pretty mid. I mean that in every sense of the word. It's not bad. It's just, why? It's just beans on toast. It's not like a specialty food. And I had them with the right beans too. The Irish ones that come in the teal can, I had those. Because he told me if you have beans on toast without those beans, just not right. But I had them with those beans and they were still just okay. That was beautiful right there. That was perfect. I just need to do that every lap. Yep. Oh yeah, look at that lap time. Beautiful. We play it really safe now. Okay, this run's pretty good. No! Oh, we're 44 minutes in. We gotta get a run in. Just one. Because you know what happens if we don't. If we get into overtime and we still haven't finished a run yet, we have to finish the last run, even if it totally sucks. You can't really do a whole time trial power hour without getting a run, because that kind of defeats the point. You know, we talked about British cuisine and we started doing really well. Don't even get me started on French cuisine. Frogs and snails, really? Those are not food. Those are garden animals. Of course, I've never had either. It's probably really good. From what I've heard, eating snails is like really delicious. But come on. Snails? Really? France. You gotta stop being weird. For all my French people out there, how often do you really eat snails? Is it like a delicacy to eat them, or is it just an everyday thing? Because I'm legit curious. Also, I just want to clear something up. Croissants aren't French. Well, they are French, but they weren't invented in France. They're invented in Austria, and they became popular in France. Same thing about French fries. They're not French, they're Belgian. But when the Belgians came to the US and started showing everyone their fries, they were speaking French, so everyone thought they were French fries, which is pretty awful. I don't know why you would want to eat them if they're French. If they're Belgian, that's fine. Wonder what it's like living in Belgium. Must be pretty cool. Cool country. Really small. Also, their country is split in half between Wallonians and Flemish people. I bet that's pretty weird. The only bilingual part of the whole country is Brussels, and then every other part speaks either Wallonian or Flemish. But of course, English proficiency rates are pretty high in Belgium, so they probably just speak in English to each other when they don't understand their native language. That's my guess. I don't actually know what they do. You know, all this talk about random stuff, and we still haven't gotten a run in. Europe is just a lot smaller than the US. Like, way smaller. It's strange. I mean, the actual continent is about the same size as the US, but there's like twice as many people in the same amount of land. And there's so many more ethnic groups and languages and dialects and stuff. Woo! We made it. This will not be a 205. This will be a 206. Because that lap 3 was just okay, and then we barely made the shortcut. So it'll be a 206. It's a time, though. Let's go. Nice. We got a time. I think my PB is like a second better than that, maybe? First 2 laps were good. That one where we failed... Oh man, that was tough. We were at like 41.3, 41.6, and then... Oh, we messed up the shortcut on lap 3, which sucks. But we got a run. That's good. We won't have to rely on overtime now. That is nice. But anyways, back to talking about Europe. I've never been, and I will probably only go like once in my whole life. But I love talking about it. I don't know why. It's such a good thing to talk about. Probably because I'm in the AP European history right now, so European history is like always on my mind. Europe's got some strange micronations out there. I'm not 100% sure why it exists. I think the leader of the country switches between the leader of France and the leader of Spain, like, I think it's annually or biannually. Same with Luxembourg, but Luxembourg is just, it's a tiny tourist destination. That's pretty much all it is. And then Britain, oh man. Great Britain, I don't know, that's kind of an overstatement. I think it's just okay. You know, I heard somewhere that Great Britain is about the same size as Alabama, which cannot be true. There's no way that's true. Britain's gotta be bigger than Alabama. I mean, going from coast to coast, like north to south, in Britain, if I were to guess, that takes like 6.5 hours. In Alabama, it takes probably 7.5. But of course, I know in Alabama for sure it's 7.5. I don't know about Britain. So if one of y'all wants to tell me, please tell me, so I can kind of clear up my information there. Or I could look up the surface area of Britain and then compare it to the surface area of Alabama. But you see, that's too easy. I need people to be commenting on my videos. So tell me, how long does it take to go from north to south, like from the English Channel to the North Sea in Britain? Now in France, it's a little different. You see, you can't escape France because it's literally a death pit of hell. So there is no escape. There is no going north to south. There is only death and torment. Okay, and that was a very short-lived overtime. But we got a run at least. I was very concerned that we wouldn't get a run, but we did. Thank goodness we did. We slandered France plenty, as we should. Let's go ahead and check the comparison. So we did not get beat by 10 seconds. Oh my gosh. Here's the staff ghost. Here's my time. We lost by like a frame. Doesn't matter that much. I have a PB that's better than it, but still, come on. We should have been able to beat it. So here's Daisy's run, 157.061. Pretty solid. I mean, it's alright, but here's my 206.340. I think that's the real cake winner right there. So all in all, about 9.3 seconds off. Not so bad. Really, it's decent in the grand scheme of things. Could have been better. Could have been a lot worse. Definitely could have been a lot worse. But that is the last track before we have to go on to Parkway, which I'm not exactly looking forward to. But stick around because we'll be doing that probably next week. And with that, small fries, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe, stay cute, stay loyal, because I already know you are. And goodbye.